Hello and welcome to your yoga practice. Today's class will be focusing on spine and joint health. So we'll be making some smaller movements and circles in the joints while really moving into some postures that stretch the spine and twist it in all the directions. All right, so begin in a comfortable seat. You can cross your legs in Sukhasana, lengthening through the spine. Let your hands rest on your knees and just close your eyes for a few moments here. Take a nice deep breath, dropping into your body and into this practice. Take a few breaths here. Deepen your breath as you become more aware of where your body connects to the earth. And lengthen a little taller through your spine. With your lips sealed, continue to breathe in and out through your nose, deepening your breath. Draw the breath as smooth and long as possible. In and out through your nose. This is our Ujjayi breath, the breath of our yoga practice. Keep your breath deep and steady as we move through our asana today. On your next inhale, reach your hands up and over your head so the palms touch. On your exhale, pull the hands through heart center. Again, inhale, swoop the arms high up and over your head. Exhale, hands down along the spine. One more big circle. Inhale, reach the arms high. Exhale, draw the hands to your heart space. Let's sing the sound of Om together here. Inhale. Welcome to sacred space. Rest your hands on the earth beside you, by your sides. Sit up nice and tall. Just let your head fall over to the left gently. Keep that steady breath, that Ujjayi breath. And then slowly roll your head towards center and then over to the right. Take a deep breath here. Feel that stretch along your neck. And just roll the head side to side. Taking it slow. Connect your breath to your movement. And then bring your head back up through center. Let's look over to our left. Keep the spine long here. Reach your eyeballs over to the left as well. Take a deep breath. You can look at the floor behind you. Take another breath here. Look back through center and then over the opposite shoulder. Your eyeballs follow, looking over your right shoulder and toward the earth. Breathe here. Take another breath. And look back through center. Nice work, everyone. Let's start to roll out the shoulders. You can lift your hands off the ground. Start to invite that movement into your elbows as well. And take this in the opposite direction, rolling the shoulders forward, the elbows forward, as we really wake up these joints. Fingertips to the ground again. On your inhale breath, send your right arm high, side bend over to the left. Keep the gaze up toward your elbow, toward the sky. Spread your fingers wide. Take a nice deep breath here. With your exhale, your shoulders soften away from your ears. One more breath. Inhale, reach up through center. Then set that hand behind you, behind your right hip. Reach your left hand across your body for your knee. Take a twist. Inhale to lengthen your spine. Exhale, deepen in the twist. Keep your breath steady, keeping full awareness of your body here. Now keep that hand on your knee. Send the right arm high, side bend with the connection. Breathe here. A little bit of spinal strengthening and stretching. One more breath. Let's cross the arms, grabbing both knees, round your spine, chin to chest, taking a cat shape with the spine. Breathe into the center of your shoulder blades here. Take another deep breath. And release the hands by your sides. Again, rolling those shoulders out in one direction. Big circles. And then the other. Let's switch the cross of our legs. So bring the opposite foot on top. Fingertips are by your side here. On your inhale breath, send the left arm high, side bend, stretch to the right. Again, shoulders melt away from your ears. Lengthen through the fingertips and breathe. In and out through your nose. Feel your knees soften. One more breath here. And inhale, reach your hand up, set it back and behind you. Right hand reaches across for your knee for the twist. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to deepen. Look over your left shoulder as you breathe. Feel your knees soften. Take one more breath. Now keep the connection of your hand on your knee. Inhale, send the left arm high again, side bend. Slow, deep breath here. Feel the stretch in your rib cage. And then let's cross the arms, round the spine, chin to chest. Breathe in and out through your nose. And slowly rise back up. Let's interlace the hands behind your low back. Press the palms together. Inhale, roll the shoulders back, lift the chest, gaze up. Option to straighten your arms if that feels okay. Take a deep breath. And soften your elbows, look forward. Keep your hands behind your low back here, fingers interlaced. We're going to tuck our hand over towards the right hip. Look over your right shoulder, take a deep breath. Look over your left shoulder, take a deep breath. Come back through center, switch sides. Hook your hands over towards your left hip. Look over the right or the left shoulder. Take a deep breath. And then look over the right shoulder. Take a deep breath. And come back through center. Release your hands. Shake off the wrists a little bit here. Then we'll roll into our hands and knees for tabletop pose. We'll take a few cat-cows here on your inhale breath. Lower your belly, gaze up toward the sky. Tailbone reaches up. Take a deep breath here. On your next exhale, round the spine, chin to chest. Tuck your tailbone down toward the floor and breathe. Walk your hands toward your knees as close as you can, with the palms still pressing into the earth. Round your spine. Take a deep breath. Come back to your tabletop here. Find your cat-cow flow, breath to movement. Inhale, gaze up. Exhale, round the spine. Continue to move at your own pace. And then add some organic movement. You can look over one shoulder and then the other. Make some circles with your shoulders and your hips. Slow, deep breath. Come back to tabletop. Let's make some circles with our hips in one direction. Big circles. And then take your circles in the opposite direction. Just warming up all of our joints here, really getting into our knees, our hips, our shoulders, and our wrists. And come back to tabletop. Walk the hands forward. Keep your hips over your knees for puppy pose. Forehead comes to the earth, or you can look forward, bringing your chin to the mat. Press your hands and your feet into the ground. Let's take 3 deep breaths right here. One more breath. And slowly walk the hands back into your tabletop. Press your hips over to the left. Look over your right shoulder. Take a deep breath. And come back through center. Press your hips over to the right. Look over your left shoulder. Take a deep breath. And come back through center. Good work, everyone. Let's see, we'll do some wrist therapy. Turn the fingers out to your sides so that the fingers are turned out 90 degrees. Let's make some circles here with the wrists in one direction. We want to move pretty slow, some smaller circles. Our wrists are a little more delicate. Make sure all your fingers are pressing into the floor. Take your circles in the opposite direction. All right. Now we're going to turn the fingers even wider, maybe even back towards your knees, so the eyes of your elbows are forward. Make sure you don't dump into your back here. Really draw the belly button in. Lengthen up and out of your shoulders, and then begin to lean back into your hips, getting a nice stretch along the forearms. Make sure all your fingers are pressing into the floor. Take 2 deep breaths right here. Nice and slow, begin to turn those fingers forward. We'll flip the right hand up so the palm faces up, your fingers point back towards your knees. Take a deep breath here, keep that arm straight. Then begin to curl the fingers up, making a fist with your right hand. And then roll the fingers back down. Do that a few times. And then flip that hand back over, other side. Flip the left hand over, spread the fingers wide. Take a breath here with the arms straight. And curl those fingers up. Release them. Do that a few times. Just getting a nice stretch across the tops of our wrists. And then flip that hand back over. Let's bring our knees together, feet together, tuck the toes under. We're going to sit back onto our heels. Tuck the pinky toes under so that all the toes are tucked. This is toe torture. We're getting really deep into all the toes and the arch of the foot and the heel and the ankle, just really stretching out those joints. Let's flick out the wrists a little bit, easing any tension in our hands and our wrists, little circles. Inhale, reach the arms high up and overhead. Bring your hands to heart center, interlace the fingers, flip the palms forward, getting a nice stretch across the hands. Let's take 2 deep breaths right here. And release the hands, untuck your toes, tap out your feet on the floor. Sit back on your feet again. Option is stay right here if this feels nice and sensational for you, or you can set your hands back and behind you, lift the chest, draw the shoulders back. Keep your neck long, don't let the head fall back. Option is stay here, or you can lift your knees up off the floor, feeling a nice stretch across your feet. Let's take 2 breaths here. Lower the knees back down. Come back to your tabletop. All right, let's tuck our toes and press up into downward facing dog. Send the hips high. And we'll stay here for a few breaths. This is a nice full body workout here, full body activation in our down dog. We're really lengthening the spine, taking all the pressure out of our lower vertebrae. So really press into your hands, feel the body lift, feel space create in the spine between each vertebrae. Feel the heels soften back towards the earth. So 2 big movements happening here. You're pressing through your hands to send your tailbone high, creating space along your spine. And then you're softening the back of your legs, letting your heels reach toward the floor, getting a nice deep stretch in the hamstrings. Always an option to bend your knees as much as you need. Feel the shoulders roll away from your ears. Take another deep breath here. Let's roll out the heels a few times. So rolling up onto your tiptoes and then softening the heels back down. Do that a few times. And start to roll forward into a plank pose and then back into your downward facing dog a few times. Find that movement, really warming up the body now. Come back to your downward facing dog. Let's send the right leg high. Bend your knees, stack open the hip. Let your foot kind of just dangle from your knee. Roll out the ankle, making some circles with the foot. Bring that foot back down to the floor, other side. Inhale, left leg high. Bend your knee, stack the hip, roll out your ankle. Both feet to the ground. Let's walk our hands back toward the feet for a ragdoll, taking that weight out of your shoulders. That should feel good. Bend your knees, grab the elbows, relax your head. And you can sway side to side. Keep your breath nice and steady in your ujjayi. Let's take 2 more deep breaths. And release your hands to the floor. Heel toe your feet as wide as the mat. And then turn the toes out 45 degrees. Let's sit into our Malasana squat. Palms pressed together, lengthen up the crown of your head. This is a nice stretch on our hips. Lengthen up through the spine as if you're sitting up in a chair. Feel the outer edges of your feet really press onto the floor. Take 2 more deep breaths here. And bring your hands hands to the floor. Straighten your legs. Heel to the feet wide 1 or 2 more times. Take a forward fold under Prasarita. Slow, deep breathing here. Walk your hands between the feet. Relax your head. You can bend into one knee and then the other. Take that side to side a few times. Come back to center. Let's heel toe our feet back to hips width distance. Walk your hands forward into downward facing dog. Take another breath here. And come to your tabletop and sit back into your child's pose. Forward fold. Relax the head. Feel your hips soften back towards your heels as you rest here. Focus on your breath. Let each exhale be a surrender. Feel the quiet emptiness at the bottom of your exhale. What do you feel here in this space of stillness? Take 3 more breaths. And slowly press back up to tabletop. We're going to lower down onto our bellies for cobra pose. The toes are untucked so your feet are nice and flat on the floor. Lift through your chest here and go ahead and take the weight out of your hands. All right, so feet are together, legs are together. Lift your hands up off the mat. Hug your elbows in towards your ribs. Take a nice deep breath here. Feel the back muscles turn on. Press your feet onto the floor a little bit harder. Lift the head a little higher. Take another deep breath. And then relax. Let's send our arms into a T shape out by our sides. So arms are wide on the floor. With your right hand staying on the mat, you're going to bend your left knee. We're going to roll into stick in the mud. So begin to roll onto the right side of your body. So your right hand stays back and behind you. You can plant your foot on the floor behind you. If that's a little too much, you're always welcome to keep both legs straight and just press yourself away from the floor with your left hand. Find any variation that you'd like here. You can wrap your left arm around your low back. Let's take 2 more deep breaths. And slowly roll back to center. Take it to the other side. Send your left arm out. And roll onto the left side of your body. Let's take 2 more breaths here. And roll back to center. Keep your arms out by your sides in a T shape. And lift the chest off the floor. Make fists with your hands. Start to roll those wrists out. And spread the fingers wide again, turning the hands up and then down. So getting a motion that goes all the way up into your shoulders, rolling the shoulders in and out. Do that 2 more times. And then bring your hands under you into your Sphinx pose. I love this pose. It just feels so good. So prop yourself up onto your elbows, lift through the crown of your head. So we're getting a nice stretch, a nice bend in the spine right around the rib cage. Press your hands into the earth as you lengthen up the crown of your head. And imagine you're dragging yourself forward with your hands. So you feel your hips move a little closer to your elbows. Slow, steady breathing here. Look over your right shoulder. Look back towards your right pinky toes. Take a deep breath here. And then look over your left shoulder. Look back towards your pinky toes. Take a deep breath here. And then look back through center. Keep pressing through your hands. Let your head hang heavy to the front. And just roll your head side to side. And make big circles with your head in one direction. And then make circles in the opposite direction. All right, and then soften back down into the floor. Keep your elbows at a goalpost by your sides. Palms are on the floor, so your arms are making a 90-degree angle. Bend your knees. Just windshield wiper your legs side to side. And bring your feet back through center. We're going to make circles with our feet. So imagine you're drawing a circle on the ceiling. So your feet are moving in the same direction. Starting small, and start to make those circles bigger and bigger until you're making them as big as you can. Loosening up any tension in the low back. Also getting some nice movement in the knees. Let's take that in the opposite direction. Big circles. Keep the breath deep. One more. Come back to center. Make some circles with the feet, rolling out your ankles in one direction and then in the other. And relax the legs. Bring your hands by your sides, palms roll open, one cheek to the earth. Just rest here for a few breaths. Breathe along your spine here. Breathe into your low back. And take a few deep breaths into this space. And then bring your hands under your shoulders. Slowly press up to tabletop. And then back into your child's pose. Sit the hips back. Hands reach forward. Rest your head. And then press back up to your hands and knees. We'll actually come to a seat from here, so go ahead and sit down. Let's send our legs out in front of us for a seated forward fold. Sit up nice and tall, lengthen through your spine. On your inhale breath, reach the arms high. Exhale, reach out and over your legs. Reach for your toes, your ankles, your shins, whatever feels good. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, deepen your forward fold stretch. Completely relax your head. Always an option to take a gentle bend into your knees to really get deep into the hamstrings. A full stretch of the spine here. Let's take 3 deep breaths. And slowly rise back up. We'll take a wide-legged forward fold. So send the legs wide, feet stay flexed, lengthen your spine. Sit up nice and tall. Fingertips are in the center here. Take a nice deep breath. And then slowly walk your hands forward. Keep the spine as long as you can. Try not to round too much. And we'll take 3 deep breaths here. The feet stay flexed. And slowly rise back up through center. Walk your hands over to your right leg. Reach your left hand across. Try and tap the toe. Option is stay here. You can grab the outer edge of your foot or maybe the calf. Whatever you can reach. Round your spine. Breathe here. Slow, deep breath. Rise back up through center. Take that to the other side. Turn over towards your left leg. Reach down the leg. Grab the outer edge of your calf or your foot. Let's take 2 deep breaths right here. And slowly rise back up. Bring the legs back together. You're in your seat with the legs straight. Pull the right knee in. Pull it into your chest. Step that foot over the bottom leg. You're going to reach your left arm around to pull that knee into you, twisting open to the right. Hug that knee into your chest. Option to place that hand behind you, or you can grab the wrist. Sit up tall and breathe. And gently release back to center. Let's switch the legs. Bring the left knee in. Set it over your bottom leg. You want to keep that foot flexed out in front of us there. Wrap the right hand around your knee, pulling it to your chest. Twist, look over your shoulder. Option to grab your wrist or keep that hand behind you for support. Take another deep breath right here. And release back to center. Bend your knees, set your feet on the ground. We're going to roll back onto our back. We'll take a bridge pose here. So reach the hands toward your heels. Press the palms down into the floor. On your inhale breath, lift your hips up toward the sky. Shimmy your shoulders together. Maybe you can even interlace your hands on the mat beneath you. We're trying to lift the entire spine up here, so really press your hands into the floor, press the back of your head into the ground, lift the hips a little higher. Let's take 2 deep breaths. Lift the feet or lift the heels off the ground. Release your hands, slowly roll the spine down. Heel toe the feet wide, let your knees knock in together. One hand rests on your heart, the other on your belly. Just take a few breaths here. Feel the length of your spine on the ground. Feel the energy that flows through your spine as you rest here. There are thousands of channels of energy that flow through our body, from the brain, through the spine, across every inch of our physical body. By stretching and twisting the spine and opening the joints, we allow this current of energy to flow through us with grace. From this space, we are fully functioning and we can heal, we can nourish, we can thrive. Bring your knees into your chest now. Just kind of rock side to side, massaging the SI joints on the earth. Keep the right knee in. Send your left leg long onto the floor. Hug that right knee into your chest for Upasana. Take a few breaths here. And then we'll draw that knee across our chest with the left hand. Send your right arm out behind you. Try and keep both shoulders on the floor. Look out towards your right hand and just breathe here, getting a nice full rotation of the spine. And gently release your twist. We'll switch, pull the left knee in. Let the right leg stay long. Hug that knee to your chest. Let's draw the knee across our body into a twist. Let your left arm relax back and behind you. Feel the stretch along your spine as you breathe. Gently release the twist back to center. And let's rest into our Shavasana. Let your arms and legs go long out by your sides. Toes fall outward, palms roll open. Lift the chest a little bit, kind of scoot the shoulder blades together so that your shoulders can relax on the floor. Feel your head relax. Whole body just softens here. Take a nice deep breath in through your nose. And a big exhale through the mouth. Bring your inner gaze to the space between your eyebrows, to the third eye center, into the center of your mind. In the center of your mind here, imagine a ball of light right in the center of your brain. As you look into this space, this light illuminates consciousness, bliss, and joy. As you breathe, this light becomes brighter, filling your entire skull. This light begins to move down through the throat and into your shoulders, illuminating your arms and your hands. And this light moves down into your chest, filling your lungs and your heart, and your belly, all of the abdominal organs, your hips. And this light travels down through your legs, down into your feet. And now your whole body is illuminated with this beautiful light, this consciousness, bliss, and joy. In this space you feel light and expansive. Rest in this space, in your Shavasana, experiencing yourself as all that you are. This infinite space of consciousness, bliss, and joy. I invite you to stay here as long as you would like. You can pause this video and just rest here in your Shavasana, soaking up these good vibes. And whenever you feel ready, begin to deepen your breath, bringing your awareness back into your physical body. Feel the ground beneath you, grounding you back into your skin. Begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes and turn your head side to side. Reach your hands over your head, point your toes, take a nice deep stretch. And then roll onto your right side, support your head with your arm, and just lay here for a few moments in your fetal position, honoring the cycle of samsara, rebirth, that we experienced through this practice today. Through our movements and with our breath and intention, we cleared any stuck energy in the body, opening ourselves up to health and well-being. When you feel ready, begin to press yourself up into this new space of opportunity, this space that you've created within yourself. Sit up nice and tall. What will you do with this space that you feel in your body, in your breath, and in your mind? Maybe you'll keep it here for a while, just enjoying this quiet stillness within. Maybe you have an idea or a project that you're working on that you can pour this creative energy into. What brings you joy in your life? do more of that. Let's bring our hands to our heart space, sealing this practice with the sound of Om, the sound that reminds us that we are connected to everyone and everything. We are all one. Inhale. It is an honor to share this sacred space with you, even in the virtual sphere. I believe that we all heal together, so I'm sending you good vibes from my heart to yours. And send these good vibes from your heart out into all of those in the world and beyond. Lift your hands up to your third eye. The consciousness, the bliss, and the joy that resides within me bows to the consciousness, the bliss, and the joy that is within you. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you.